going? So, with carp season coming along here, I thought I would share a pattern that I use almost exclusively while fishing for carp here in Georgia. I came up with it myself. It may or may not be original, but it works really well. So, here it is here in the vise right now. I call it a Carpetbagger, and I will show it to y'all, get a little closer. Let's tap the screen. And so you can see little leggy, buggy, just kind of, just like a buggy looking critter. So, give you the little step-by-step here. Throw that one over there in the pile. The hook I like to use is the Gamakatsu SL45 bonefish hook. These are size 4. You can make them as small as a size 8. Probably, you could go as small as you want. These hooks are very strong. I don't even know if they make them smaller than 8. I don't know much about it. But I found these size 4s. I used to tie them almost exclusively in a size 6. And I'll tell you what, I like the way these hooks look better. I feel like I've missed some fish by using a smaller hook, where, when I set the hook, it comes right out of their mouth. Maybe I suck. More than likely it's the latter. But I'm switching to size 4s. I like the way the hook, the size of the hook gap. Actually, I can maybe show you. Yes, here it is. So this is the size 6. And you could see, maybe you can see, let me just try. Just the hook gap is super tiny. Like, you can barely fit your pinky in there, whereas this one, like, my pinky goes in no problem. So, that's why, I'll still fish the shit out of that. I'll lose it on a log, but I'm switching to size 4s. We switching. I'm washing windows. Not gonna go there. So, SL45, Gamakatsu size 4. Now, for the other parts. So I used to tie this fly with tips of schlappen. Like I would used to take the tips off and I'd tie like 6 tips into the back. Pain in the ass, not doing it anymore. Now I got some. I'm using marabou now. So the tail is now marabou. So I will start. The thread is black. I don't know, what the specs are on it. I like it to be thicker because I tend to pull really hard and I tend to break shit. But so this isn't the best set of marabou. So, grab like, plump like that. And then kind of measure it out on your hook. I like to do like a little bit past from the hook eye, a little bit past the bend. That looks good. Just tie it in right on top of the hook. And then I kind of get real close to the end. I pull a little tight and I wrap it forward a little bit. And then I twist up those ends of it and just get some really sharp scissors and cut that off. So tie this down, kind of clean that up a little bit. Then, see, fucking woolly bugger, essentially. Then, when it comes to legs, I use the crazy legs. These ones happen to be rust, barred, and speckled. That's what I'm using. And what I do is I'll just pull 2 off at the same damn time and tie them in at the same damn time. If I can split this here, for fuck's sake. All right, there we go. So just take that, and then I do the old Kelly Gallup crisscross, where you kind of run it underneath that there. You got your thread going this way on the hook. then you loop it underneath it, and then you crisscross over it so it puts like a little X in it like that, and then pull them back, throw like 2 wraps in front, and then cinch it down. And then that kind of, those aren't going to move, keeps them in place. Then what I do is I cut them like a little bit longer than the marabou. So I'll pull it back. That looks good. There we go. Splayed out. That's garbage. Here we go. Gotta add 50 more thread wraps because you just tied something in, right? That's a thing. Oh, and then bring it all the way up to the front, and then you got your eyes. So I'm gonna do, typically I do a number of different colors. So these ones have orange eyes, neon orange, that's this chain. I got neon green on this olive version. And then I also have, you know, neon yellow. I got neon pink. And then, but for this one, because I've already tied 1, 2, 3, 4 orange-eyed ones, I'm gonna tie in boring old black. So I just have these like side cutter. They're not really side cutters, but I just use these to just trim off a piece of the bead chain off of the chain, and then literally just tie those right on the top of the hook, just like you would do any sort of dumbbell eye, and just kind of line them up. Doesn't need to be perfect. Go back to there. Then the most important component, the thing that I think that makes my fly unique and why I think that maybe it doesn't exist, is because I use these super expensive EP brushes, 1/2 inch woolly critter, wide. Are they all wide? No, they're not all wide. This one's wide. The olive ones are not wide. I don't know. 1/2 inch woolly critter brush. Don't worry about whether it's wide or not. This one is black. I think 5 brushes come in the pack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 brushes come in the pack. And if you're doing it right, you can usually get 3 flies out of 1 brush. So that pack loads you up with these flies. So then you take that woolly. What I like about this brush is like, so it has the EP fibers and there's flash in there that are short, but then it also has like this like span flexy stuff that extends long outside the brush, which I really, really like, and it looks like super buggy. So that's what attracted, I don't know how I initially got onto this brush, but like, I think maybe I was just like looking to tie a carp fly, and I was kind of going off what I'd seen, and I saw these brushes, and I'm like, you know what? Oh, nope, I know where I got the brush. I ordered a I got a Gangster Gurgler kit from 239 Flies for Christmas, Secret Santa, and they had, it was neon grape Gangster Gurgler, and it came with a purple version of this brush, and I was like, I'm gonna try that for a carp fly. It was black and purple. And I'll tell you what, ever since then, I became like this, buying all these EP woolly critter brushes in all different colors. I got olive, I got black, I got purple, I got red, which is super sweet. I got red ones. Yeah, so I just buy a ton of them now. And so, all right, so you tie that in. On your first 2 flies, you get like a nice little wire piece to tie it in, which is great. And then on your last fly, you really gotta, you know, dial it in to make sure you're utilizing every inch of that brush to get that 3rd fly. But it works, and you get a 3rd fly. I usually get a 3rd fly out of every brush. So you just palmer it forward. And don't worry about getting all the little rubbery span flexy legs trapped, because I kind of wrapped that the wrong way. I usually wrap the other way so that it traps it a little better when you wrap forward. Oh, motherfucker. That's the first time that's ever happened to me. So actually that's already tied down. So I'm actually gonna bring those same cutters that I used for the bead chain. They're kind of dull, so I really gotta wiggle it. There we go. So then I'm gonna bring that back, wrap it, wrap it, wrap it, pull it tight, bring it forward. All right, now I'm just gonna whip finish it. The fly is done, but there's some aftercare needed here. Don't worry, it doesn't cost extra. So that's done. Put a little UV cure. I like to get a little bit in my mouth because I heard it's good for your heart. That's why I put the cap in my mouth, and then hit it with the light. All right, then this little dealio, EP finger brush. That's why I said don't worry about those little rubber guys. You can get the rubber, you can preen them out as you go, but I usually just let them ride, and then I hit them with this little finger brush, and they tend to come right out. So there's that. I did UV cure, I brushed it out. That was the aftercare that I was talking about. I guess if you want to count, UV cure does cost money, so maybe it did cost you a little extra for aftercare. And that fly is done. Boom. And I call this the Carpetbagger. And I'll leave you maybe a little bit of a better picture at the end. Thanks for checking this out. Give me a pat on the back next time you see me.